Alright, so if you've been listening to music in the last couple of months, you know that a little artist called Drake has actually released an album called For All The Dogs. It's an R&B based album with a lot of tracks such as First Person Shooter, which isn't really R&B to be honest, but it's mostly R&B in this album. You've got Slime You Out with SZA, you've got Polar Opposites, and all of these other R&B based tracks. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to make an R&B style beat in the style of For All The Dogs. If you go on to enjoy this video, let me know down below what you'd like to see next on the channel as well, and also leave a like if you do enjoy the video. But yeah, let's get into the video and I'll show you how to make a quick beat. So yeah, I've slightly cheated the system today. I'm not actually going to be making a loop and then making a beat on top of it because that's just too much for me to do in one video. It's going to drag on and it's just going to become a boring video. So I'm just going to show you the loop that I've made before with a Drake style, and I'll show you guys the different elements and how I've come up with them. Now if you're a beat maker and you've been using my loops recently, you'll realise I've been using a lot of major sevenths in my R&B stuff. As you can see with this chord progression, we start off with this D sharp major 7th chord, and then this goes into a D major 7th chord. It's a very R&B style chord progression. It just kind of moves into different steps. It adds a bit of tension and just adds a bit of a different feel to normal R&B stuff that I've been making in the past. And of course the piano that I'm using for this is the Spitfire Labs autograph grand piano. Just Labs is just great for a lot of stuff just like this. And yeah, obviously this goes to the root note, which is the G minor, so we're actually in the G minor scale, but we're playing obviously these major 7th chords, just add a bit of tension. And yeah, with these kind of chord progressions, always I'll add a bit of a grace note, just add a bit more of a bounce, a feel, just because it doesn't sound too static or robotic. And that's layered with this Analog Labs preset. It's this Down on the Rocks Evolving Pad preset from Jean-Michel Blanchet. Don't know who that is, but it's a preset in Analog Labs. So this is how this one sounds. I think it actually imitates a Jupiter, so everyone knows how good those synths are. Right, and the next element is this Analog Labs bass. I think it's the bass Zelm. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's this sub bass from this guy. I'll show you the pattern here. It's not anything too crazy. It actually just starts by playing just the root notes of every chord in the first bit, and then it starts to advance over here. The next element I've added in is this Augmented Strings plugin. I don't know if it's not a very well-known plugin, to be fair. I don't know if a lot of people use it, but it's made by the same people that have made Analog Labs, which is Arturia. I'm using this Soul Pad preset out of here. So as you can see, it's very subtle, but it just has a bit of a different feel. And then we've also got a different preset on a different channel, this Delmar preset from Augmented Strings. And it's playing the same chords, but it's just, obviously it's a different sound, so it sounds slightly different. Right, now the final element that we've got in here is this vocal chop, and this is just something that I've got of Splice. As you can see in the first part, it just plays on its own, and then in the second part it's layered, so this layer actually is pitched up. So it starts off like this. In the second part it's obviously layered with this vocal that's just an octave up. And the final element that we've got is, I think these bells out of Arcade. For those of you that don't know Arcade, you can also download actual instruments instead of just the little samples, chops that you get. I'm using this Celeste EP out of there, and I've got this preset on it. And yeah, and this is what we've got all together. Right, so that was a breakdown of what I've done on the loop. So now I've just taken it to a different project and we're going to start making a full beat around it. So this is the arrangement I'm going to go for. So as you can see, we've got an 8-bar intro, a 16-bar like hook main section, then we've got an 8-bar breakdown, 16-bar hook, 8-bar breakdown, 16-bar hook, and then an 8-bar of an outro. But yeah, so what essentially will happen is you'll have all these patterns with drums, and in the middle I'll either add like a little drum fill or something, or I'll just leave it blank and then just maybe add some finger snaps or something. Now what I'm going to do with this as well is something quite cool that I don't think a lot of people know, but if you do Option or Alt R on computer, you can bring up the randomizer, and obviously you can randomize velocities, but a lot of people don't actually do this, which is randomizing the pitch, and this just makes it a bit more human-like, because obviously when you're playing a hi-hat, your hi-hats won't all sound exactly the same. I'm also adding an 808 just because obviously there's not a bass going throughout, so I'll just add a bit of an 808. Just following the root notes, nothing too crazy. Okay, right, and that was about it for the beat, so I'll just show you guys what I've just done. So as you can see, as I said earlier with the arrangement, the only thing that I've added in is these finger snaps in here. Obviously I've added in an 808 just to cover for the fact there's no sub bass in these main bits, and then these hi-hats I've just added a bit of a different bounce, change of velocities and stuff like that. And then yeah, I've used this FL like fade feature, so if you go over to here and then you click this button here, show fade editing controls, you can literally do this. And yeah, so that's about it for the beat, so thank you guys for watching. As I said earlier, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below and then let me know as well in the comments what you'd like to see next on the channel. And yeah, here's the full beat.